bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
Hello, my name is KALE Scott, and this is my video on day 2 of round 4 of Drifting SA's State Series at Tailem Motorsport Park. If you haven't seen day 1, make sure you check that out. That's got all the first day's practice, qualifying, team drift, and the shootout. So that was pretty cool. Here we're on to Sunday morning's practice. So here's my first, one of my first battle practice runs with LIPSCHINSKI, however you say his last name. I still don't know. I've known him for all these years, but yeah, getting straight into it, straight onto his door. Yeah, it's good to get some good practice in with a few of these guys, because it definitely helps out. As you can hear, I was pretty excited. And we got plenty of footage from the rear GoPros off on the guys chasing me. You can also see getting up nice and close to the wall. Not so much in this run, but wasn't too far off there. Definitely a bit more comfortable than the day before, so that was good. Needed that bit extra practice in the morning, but as you can see, all over me, just like I was all over him, so great to be getting some practice in like this. Next up we got Roger Jansen, don't know how to say his last name either, but getting some practice in with him. So throwing down here, getting up on the chase, didn't quite dive in right there. It was a little bit later onto the wall than a few of the other people, so I wasn't really expecting him to be a bit tighter in there. Nice and wide here, which was good to chase, diving up in. Nice smooth line around there, and then nice and wide here. There's a bit of dirt on the track there, it's a bit sketchy, but got around that. Now we've got this Nathan Greenhill in his R32. I think he just put a sequential gearbox in that thing, so big dollars in that car. And that's not even his main car either, he's got a better car than that too, he's building. So yeah, same sort of thing. Trying to get nice and close to get the practice in, but don't want to get too close that we start crashing into each other. We'll probably leave that for the battles, eh? Again, nice line. A lot of these guys were doing some solid lines. I did let him chase me in between this one as well, but the footage wasn't very good, so I left that out. I don't have every single run in this one like I did on the last one. I had to cut a few out, otherwise this video is going to be super long. But again, nice wide line, really easy to chase. It's really good. Getting pretty confident on the chase, which is good. Now we've got a lead run here with WITHEROW, I think his last name was. Yeah, completely terrible with all these guys' last name, but I know all their first names anyway. So yeah, here he is chasing. He's a little bit back behind. Looks like I was doing an alright line, probably a little bit too wide there, almost in the dirt, but he's caught back up there, getting a bit of confidence in, so that was good. And then yeah, a little bit too wide there as well, almost dirt dropping, which they definitely didn't want us to do, damaging the track, so I was trying not to do that as hard as possible. Now we've got a chase run here with Tate Lindstrom. Pretty sure that's how you say his last name, so that might be the first one I got. Nice and wide there. Tate's car is a little bit less power than most of the other guys, so it's better for me because I definitely don't have a lot of power either. I think he's at about 220 kilowatts and I'm around 250, 260. Getting right on his door there, which is super rad, but it's probably my closest one so far. And yeah, it was great to battle him. As you can hear, we were stoked in the car. This is a lead run, I think, with Tate chasing, but I don't think I got the reverse camera footage from this one, unfortunately. heaps more confident chucking it in here. Not just yanking on the handbrake like I was the day before. Nice and wide there. Transitions there are heaps better. Still not as good as I'd like them to be, but yeah, they were getting heaps better. Flick there. I do want to try and set it up to be a bit more flicky in the transition, but to do that I was looking to go a bit more toe in on the rear, and then I was worried I wouldn't have the power to skid the bowl with the toe in on the rear, so I only had about 3 mil of side in. Whereas at places like Malala and stuff like that, I was testing out having about 10 mil side in, which was making it really flicky. I've got about 20 mil toe out on the front. That with the toe in on the rear makes it pretty snappy, which is pretty rad. But yeah, didn't want to go too crazy and not be able to spin around the bowl, because that's the issue I was having last time. This one looks like another lead with Tate. Had a few runs with him in the prac, which was good. Getting super consistent on that wall, which was good. Nice and wide here. Nice and wide there. Was actually getting pretty confident in my runs. I'm pretty happy with them. Still wanted to improve a little bit on the transitions. That was a little bit tight through there, just because I saw a bumper in the middle of the track I didn't want to hit, so... Anyway, now we're on to the top 32 battles. So this one's with Adam May, and you're not actually against them, so it's not an elimination battle. Basically the way it works is, this is the top 32, so you run to this person here, and you get scored individually. So I'm scored on how good of a lead I can do and a chase he can do. Obviously if I do a bad lead and he does a bad chase because of that, he's not going to get scored down for that. They sort of take that into consideration, and then they do. That's the it was 27 for me, 13.5 for him, so that was a pretty good lead from me. And then they do another battle round in the top 32 as well. So all up, you get 4 runs, 2 leads and 2 chases, and then they'll add your scores up and see if you go through to the top 16. So here we are chasing him. I was a little bit laggy off the line, because until I get it sort of in the power band in third, it doesn't really go anywhere. I was a little bit back behind there. I didn't quite get up as far as I would have liked to, and then I dive in here, which was nice. Start sort of reeling them in. Would have liked to be up on the front door a bit more rather than the rear wheel. Overall wasn't the best chase, but 21, sort of happy with that. Now we're into the second round of the top 32. This one's with Jacob, so I'm leading again. Pretty much just looking to do basically the same I did last time, because the highest score you can actually get is 30. So that's the 3 judges giving you a 10. So I wasn't far off that last time. So nice and wide there. Nice and wide there. Wide around here. Not too bad of a run to chase. Through here. Wasn't as good as the first run, 22.5. So now we're onto the chase. Had a bit of a clutch slip there. I was expecting him to take off a little bit faster than he did. And I got caught up there and was way too far behind, and I had to play catch up here. And dive up here. Didn't quite dive up as far as I thought I was going to. Overall wasn't real happy with this one. Takes a bit of a hit there as well, and hits my door and cracks my windscreen. You might be able to see it here. I only get an 18 for that one, so wasn't overly happy with that one. Now we're just coming into the pits to see what sort of damage we did. Cracked my windscreen.
What are you making?
Oil.
Oh, wait, do we need to fix it?
Cracked my windscreen.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's about to fall out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I put it in, so probably yeah.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
I haven't seen that side. I know this side definitely is.
Yeah, this side's falling out. I should probably put it in again.
Yeah. How'd you crack the windscreen?
Do you have any more Max's bottles?
I tapped him on the last bit.
Is Where'd you tackle?
Yeah. Bash bar like hit there and it was stuffed up the entry.
Yeah.
We did see
I'm
that.
out of the track from
Alright, so with those scores, I got to drop my worst score, and my best score got doubled, and I ended up pretty high in the points there, so we went through to the top 16, and now we're up against Jake Jones. His car is probably almost double the power of mine. Not quite double, but it's got a lot more power than mine, so keeping up was a little bit of a struggle, but after the bowl it's not too bad. This tyre stuff here is pretty easy to keep up. But yeah, he had it dialed all week and he was blazing the bowl on the left foot brake and pretty much on the wall every single run. It was awesome to see. As you can see there, he got a 30, which is a perfect score. Can't get better than that. So it was on now for me to try and do the same sort of lead. Alright, so taking off second and third now. Flick it in here. And flick it up to the wall. I was giving it a little bit of a handbrake to sort of bring it out there. I was trying to brake to keep it up there, but I'm not very good at the old left foot brake. I don't know if it's just my car, because a lot of the time when I will start the brake, it will sort of bring the revs down, and if I bring the revs down anything below sort of, I don't know, because I don't have a tacho, but maybe like 4.5, 5, it'll just go out of the power band and basically just stall down on me. So 27 for the lead, which I was pretty stoked with that. And then that finished up the top 16, so made it through to the top 8 and decided to take the daily out. This is my V35 Skyline, which is pretty much completely stock with some coilovers and a hydro. Literally first time driving it this weekend, and before this hadn't driven it for about 6 months. And found out it didn't really have enough power to link the bowl. It's still in full stock trim, it's got the spare wheel in the back and everything. And to be completely honest, I don't know if we even unpacked the boot. I didn't check that, I just basically went straight back out into the pits from my battle and then straight out to this, because this is a session that all the people who don't make it to the top 8 are meant to be out in, and I wanted to go and drive my V35, so I went out anyway. So last time I tried third in here and definitely didn't work, so this time I was trying second and it wasn't really long enough, so I was sort of handbraking up here, but having the time of our lives. Once I got to about here, it was pretty good. And it was actually pretty flicky, like it transitioned really nice for a big heavy car. This thing's got to be maybe 500 kilos heavier than the S13. Stoked with myself. I think I've got another couple of runs in here.
Oh, it doesn't have enough power for the ball, that's for sure.
Actually, now I remember, I didn't even check the tyres. The tyres are brand new 245 45 18 Salins, and to be fair, they're probably in the mid-30s in pressure-wise, which is lower pressure than I run in the Silvia, and it's a bigger tyre than I run in the Silvia as well, so that was probably why I was struggling so much around the bowl. If I ran a smaller tyre or pumped them up a bit more, I probably would have had a bit more chance. But yeah, this tyre section was super fun in this thing. It would have been cool to do some battles in it.
Oh, that's fun.
I like the Silvia better.
This is way more fun.
It's more fun, but I don't have a harness in the thingy. Can you get a half cage in here?
No, that's not a street car.
Oh.
Now we're on to the top 8 levels. So these are different to the previous battles. These ones are basically versing who you're versing, and whoever wins out of these battles gets to go through to the top 4, and whoever loses gets eliminated, obviously. So this is against Troy Lipschinski, whatever his name is. So yeah, I had a few practice battles with him in practice, which was good. So started off in the lead because I qualified a little bit higher. Troy putting out a decent chase there. Getting nice and wide there. Nice and wide through here. Puts it back a little bit there, but then dives back up here. Overall, pretty solid for both of us. So now we swap it around. Now I'm on the chase. So it's good getting that practice in the morning, so I know sort of how fast he is as well. I know I can dive up there and be committed and know that he's going to be able to make it around the corner. That's why I was able to get nice and close. Choked me up a little bit there. I choked myself up, I should say. And then I made it back here and got up nice and close, which is pretty cool. And then dive up here. Just avoided hitting him. Which is super cool. As you can hear, I was stoked with that. The judges couldn't call it, so they called it a rerun. So out again. Basically the run starts again, so me leading again, Troy chasing. I'll stop talking out of that. So originally I thought this bit here was my fault, but I think it was a bit of both of our faults. So Troy's gone a bit wide and I think his dirt dropped and it sort of stopped him from going forward, and then I've sort of dived up at the same time because I've dropped back a little bit, and what's happened is my fingers actually got stuck in the steering wheel as it's come around. You can see here, and then jammed against either my door or his door, and it's completely rooted my thumb. It really hurt.
Sorry, dude. Oh. I think it's alright. I think I must hit a dirt patch or something, and like I fell behind, and then I went to dive up, and it's like you hit another dirt patch on the outside. I got my finger like jammed in the steering wheel and it hit. Another one. Oh man. I'm too fat for this. Oh. Can I call Smoker?
I'm starting to hurt my thumb, so that didn't help. But yeah, swapped back around, so ready to lead again, and then I'll follow with a chase after this. So Well, I didn't realise it at the time, but it looks like Troy dropped back a little bit there. I don't know if he straightened up or whatnot, but yeah, something happened and he dropped back. Now here's where I was having a bit of an issue all weekend. So getting that change into second, the right timing, and I got it completely wrong there and missed it. As you can see here, you hear the car just start limiting. That's just smashing off limiter, and then I straightened up and then hit him. So made sure I waited behind and for him to pass so we could finish our battle. There's nothing worse than being the wanker that fucks up the run and then just takes off and tries to blaze the track and looks like even more of a loser. So always make sure you wait up for your guy to come past and then finish off the battle. As you can see, I was pretty disappointed with it. I thought that was over, but come back in. So this time it was 100% my fault, so it was definitely a good idea to apologise.
On the same page as those contacts, yeah?
Yeah. You might want to pull to roll this out. Does that rub normally? Yeah, no, well done.
Rerun. Rerun. You need tyres, kid?
That was my fault. Have you got a pressure gauge? Fucked up my thumb that time.
Dude, you're chasing.
Got on him, man.
I had a big moment behind you on that last one, mate.
Yeah.
So I tried to dive in, but I lost my momentum and I had all my straight. That's sick, man. I fucking love that.
Wait! I got some of your car here. Oh man.
Alright, so we're on to rerun number 3. So this is actually our 4th battle. So spin it around again, back in the lead, Troy chasing, and then we'll do the opposite after. So there, my handbrake got stuck on, and as you can see, I was trying to give it some revs to get it to go, but with the handbrake on, it wasn't going anywhere, so it stalled up, and then Troy hit me. So again, thought that would have knocked me out. Still had a chase run left in it, So I made sure I had to stick it to him to try and somehow get another rerun at best. So now we're on to our 4th rerun, so that's our 5th run coming up here. Before this round the judges came up to us and said, you guys need to dive in hard on the bowl here. As you can see, Troy trying there. And that was the difference in us winning or losing this battle, because to be frankly they didn't really want to chuck it to another rerun. We've had that many, so I'll let you guys watch the rest of the battle. And finally they made a decision, and somehow I got through to the top 4. I don't know how after all that, but yeah. And then top 4 we come up against Scott Miller, and this guy has won every single round this year. He won the championship last year. I think he won every single round last year, maybe, I'm not too sure, apart from the round where we did this layout in the wet and I won. But yeah, coming up against him, I've been doing so many battles against Troy. His car's a little bit slower, and Scott's on the Kenders, which are a little bit grippier. I didn't really expect him to get away from me that quick, so basically spent the whole lap trying to catch up. And this guy's an animal, so he put down a killer lead there. So now I'm in the lead, he's chasing, so I've got to pull some of the bag to try and win this battle. Coming around the bowl here, he tucks up super close, and I'm not sure if he just here taps me. I'm not sure if he realised I was a little bit slower or not, but I didn't let it away, made sure I finished off the run. Didn't want to be a bad sport and throw it away just to get the win, but yeah, ended up having a sick run. It was super fun. And Scott goes on to take the win. He had a few decent reruns with Jake Jones in the final, so it was Scott first, Jake second, and me third. Got a super rad trophy as well, probably one of the best trophies I've ever got. So yeah, thanks to Drifting SA for putting on this show, It was great fun, and can't wait for round 5. Thanks for watching. See you all out at round 5.